Good morning, everyone. This is Eve the Empath. I am coming to you this morning. It is October the 19th, 2021. I am starting my day with my morning pulls and wanted to take the opportunity to show you what Spirit has for us today. I've already selected a few decks that I've already pulled from, and I am going to work with a couple more. So we have the healing mantras. And just in case you guys can't see that, the healing mantra deck is really good in terms of being able to see what you need to be healing and what kind of advice it has for you. So I love that deck, and we're going to look at it today. I've already done some cards from the light card deck. Now this one right here is really good because it allows you to have a meditation. So this is the card that I've drawn today. It said, let your light shine, right? Let your light shine. And we'll look at that a little bit more in detail as we get through the readings. I've pulled from the Akashic Records, and this is just specifically for me today. But for any other Leos that might be vibrating where I'm vibrating, this might also be a good message for you. If it resonates, hey, keep it. And if it doesn't, just let it go. These messages are general. They're personal to me. However, they can work for you because I am a Leo with a Gemini moon and a Aquarius rising. We are also working with the Akashic Records deck. What I love about this deck is that it pulls deep from your ancestors, it pulls from your angels, and it pulls from your soul. So your soul's actually contacting you specifically with this particular deck, and these are messages that are going to be designed just for you when you are going through this healing process as we're healing together, right? And last but not least, we have the Herb Crafters deck. Now, I love this deck because my family likes to talk to me a lot through this deck. However, it's a really good way to learn how to heal. Naturally, it has a lot of plant medicine and things like that that you can utilize while you're doing your reads. And I have already decided to, I've already pulled from this deck. So these are the cards that I got today. And we'll go again over those in just a little bit. So as I get started, I'm going to go ahead and finish up with the healing mantra deck. I've already meditated, I've already cleansed the space, and I've already used the bells for vibration. So as we continue, let's get through this healing mantra. Let's see what Spirit has for us as a healing mantra today on October the 19th. Angels, Holy Spirit, and angels, I thank you for healing mantras. And they were good with us, right? They gave it to us quickly. We have hearing your inner guidance. How many of you guys need to hear your inner guidance? I know I do all the time. So we're going to take a moment and listen to our inner guidance. Also, we have invoking self-realization. A lot of times we want to look outside of self. We want to look at other things as the reason why we're going through so many things, right? But how many times do we actually take accountability for ourselves? So the self-realization card is going to be really good at looking at that. So let's just get into the messages and see what Spirit has to say. I'm going to start with the Let Your Light Shine, and I do read from the book from that particular deck. I also have some chakra healing cards, so we'll also look at those, what I pulled for today. So let your light shine. Let's see. It's going to be a number 45 for those who are into the numerology, and 4 and 5 break down to the number 9 endings, right? We're ending a cycle, the preparation for a new cycle. So let's get into it. Let Your Light Shine says, today embrace your uniqueness. Say to yourself, I am so pleased and honored to be me. Embrace the parts of you that feel like a little strange. They feel this way because you resist experiencing the fullness of yourself. We all feel a little odd or peculiar at times, longing to be liked by everyone and just fit in. But compromise breeds resentment. Looking around yourself in the pretense of what others want you to be will strangle your soul and split you in two. Accept yourself. Set yourself free from the judgment of what you perceive others to think about you. Let your soul shine outward and inspire others to connect. Embrace and shine their truth. When we are aligned with our soul, we feel loved and satisfied. We no longer need others to lean on to fill our perceived voids or to be different. We want to be with others for the pure joy of it. Create new ways towards anything that is of interest to you. Can you feel relief wash over you? Now, why that's relevant to me is I've always been the type of person that wanted to fit in. Unfortunately, I never did. Part of the gifting that I was blessed with was I could feel and see and have visions and dreams even as a young child. And I just didn't fit in. I wanted friends that were popular. I wanted to be the popular kid, this, that, and the other, but I just didn't fit in. So learning how to accept myself fully, learning how to be comfortable with locks and maybe not a fresh retwist or wearing funky beads or, crystals or having kids early, all of those things that society might frown upon. I had to learn how to be me. And part of being me is this quirky, weird girl who has a light that shines, right? And it's important that we all let our light shine. It's important that we take the time to acknowledge those quirky things about ourselves, what makes us us. And that's what makes the world like us. The things that we have deep inside that are special to us, those are the things that will attract the right energy, the right vibrations to us. And that's what we really want. We don't want vibrations that don't align with us because they're going to cause us headache. They're going to cause us pain. They're going to cause us sorrow and sadness. And while there might be necessary times when we meet these people, their goal is to help us grow. Their goal is to help us learn how to be our best us, right? Our best me. How do I learn how to be my best me? By letting my light shine. So that's a really, really, really beautiful. It comes with a meditation. It says lie down, make yourself comfortable, and place the card on your heart chakra. And for those who aren't familiar with the chakras, heart center, that's a good place to put it, right? Close your eyes and breathe in deeply and feel rays of beautiful soul pouring down into you. Feel calm. Feel peaceful, relaxed, and at ease. Practice this feeling daily until it becomes your new way of being. Don't let outside world intrude, influence over, or water down your passion. Don't let the outside water down your passion. After a while, you won't feel overwhelmed or bullied by conditions because you've chosen to live unconditional. Imagine you are floating on a river of starlight. Floating and rotating above you is the moon and the sun. Draw down the illuminating golden energy of the sun and the creative silver energy of the moon and feel them merge within your heart. The sacred union reveals the qualities of your soul. Bliss, love, wisdom swirl from your heart and join you with your dreams and desires. Float among the starlight and your desires for at least 1 minute. So stay there for at least 1 minute and feel that energy. Embrace that energy. Embrace that creativity. Embrace that warmth. Know who you are. Feel yourself and understand who you are. And let your heart speak. That was beautiful. I really love that card. Yes, thank you, Spirit. We're going to go to the Akashic Records, right? This is a birth card. So I've been getting these birth cards lately. Now, I have no intentions of having any more kids. At least that's not what I had in my mind. But if Spirit tells me that it's the right time for me to birth another baby, then hey, I can't help but birth another baby. But a lot of times when we look at birth, it's more it's metaphorical. For me, I've been in a big transition in my life, leaving a relationship that meant the world to me, letting go of a soul contract that was toxic for me, was toxic for my physical, was toxic for my mental, but it was definitely a past life karma, a past life karmic, probably even a twin flame. However, in order for twin flames to work properly, that person has to come to the realization of who they are, right? And sometimes it takes time for people to get there. It takes time for people to release old energy, stagnant energy, and that energy was stagnant. I wasn't growing, they weren't growing. We were spinning our wheels and we were stuck in a karmic cycle. So for me, I'm releasing all of that. I am allowing myself to be free. So I know that right now I'm birthing the new in my life, the new love, the new positivity, the new outlook. And I imagine a lot of you are probably birthing the same thing. Some of you Leos are needing a little birth, and not just Leos. This message can be for anyone. Again, this is general. If it doesn't apply to you, then please don't try to make it stick, because we don't want you to attract or vibrate in places that's just not meant for you, right? So we're going to read from the book for the Akashic Records, okay? And then get an understanding of what they're meaning. So this card is a number 4. It is a major arcana. And then we do read from both the uprights and the reverses. The sun shines upon a plain in England where where stands an ancient henge, or in the distance, in a grove of birch trees nearby. Upon many of the trees is carved the old Celtic Ogham letter, and I can't see. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. Forgive me. I can't see. All right, let's see. All right, an Ogham tree, which represents the birch tree and stands for birth. A beautiful woman walks forward carrying a basket while 2 children run happily towards her. With this card, it's a time for a new start, perhaps an actual birth, or at least a metaphorical one, which is what I was saying earlier. Sometimes the birth is metaphorical. It's not a legit, I'm having a baby, but I know I'm birthing new things. I've been in labor for a long time, so it's time for me to pop out a kid. With this card, it's time for a new start, perhaps an actual birth, or at least a metaphorical one. An old phase is passing away, and a new one begins. But even this new beginning has its roots in your deepest histories and your past lives. There may be some labor involved, but it's a labor that bears fruit. This card is associated with fertility, sensuality, and motherhood. There may be a new energy in a romance, the family, or the home. You could be giving birth to a creative project. What is it to celebrate? Prepare for the wonderful growth and the opportunities that are about to come. That is beautiful. And it coincides with some of the other cards that I picked this morning. So out of my my Herb Crafter's deck, I also picked the 9 of Air, which is talking about bearing fruit. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the tarot, the 9 of Air is the equivalent to the 9 of Swords. But this particular card, the pomegranate, talks about having a good fruit, right? And with this fruit, it takes a really long time for it to be ready, for it to ripen. And the most ripe pomegranates are never at the bottom. They're always rotten at the bottom. So if you catch one early, it's not going to be mature fruit. It's not going to be the fullness of what it was meant to be. So I know that that labor, that fruit that I am bearing is coming to pass. And with the 6 of Cups here, also talking about my emotions and the blessings that are to come, I'm really excited about today. Now, this is the energy for today. I am birthing fruit. I got some pomegranate, and I got the 6 of Water. So for those of you guys who enjoy tarot, I'm also going to read for you the 6 of Water as well as the 9 of Swords. So it says, celebrate milestones, old and new. Freely give, freely receive. Let your heart be comforted by the company of friends. Gathering with beloveds lifts the spirits. Treasure friendship and celebrate community. Honor your connection by expressing how much your friends mean to you. Offer what you can to support them. Sharing nourishes the soul. Borage is a continuous flowering plant that encourages a long-lasting relationship with our pollinating friends, teaching us to give freely without expecting anything in return. Drinks made with borage flowers lighten the mood and inspire a courageous heart. Let old tensions be dissolved and replaced with love. Embrace a carefree attitude and watch your joy expand. And so for me, like I said, as I'm birthing this new part of my life, as I go into this new place in my life, it's important to make sure that you give back, that you invite your community in, that you show your love and you give your love freely. Don't keep your walls up. Don't keep yourself hidden but make sure that you give back. And again, with the 9 of air, which is the 9 of swords, we're going to look at that as well. And again, 9 endings. So it says, no love, no grief. Claim your underworld crown. You are the sky. Everything else is the weather. Let go of what you cannot control. Pomegranate is the tree that leads to Demeter's agonizing loss in the Greek myth. Her daughter Persephone, consumes the seeds and seals her fate as the queen of the underworld. As a hike through the desert will prove, pain is one path to wisdom. When heartache enters your life, do not turn away from it. The deeper the sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. Don't hurry your grief. Pomegranate fruit must be harvested, and just at the right time, it will not ripen off of the tree. You will live through shattering experiences and still stand proud. When you are ready, quench the thirst of guilt, regret, and worry, and invite in forgiveness. Like I was saying, going through the heartache that I was going through, it makes sense because it cut deep. It was very deep. But for much, what is this saying? For much is given, much is required. So I was given a lot because I required a lot. Chakra of the day. We're going to work on that throat. Got to learn how to voice what we need to say, but say it in a way that's respectful. Say it in a way that gets your point across. Create healthy boundaries. Say no sometimes. Sometimes you got to tell people no. I set clear boundaries for my own behavior, and I cultivate a strong will by being true to myself. Wow, if this isn't powerful today, everything coincides with each other. I use my willpower to accomplish my daily tasks and spiritual goals and encourage uplifting thoughts and behaviors in myself. Doing this will assist me on the next stage of my physical, emotional, and mental spiritual growth. I stay in touch with my positive thoughts and truth by avoiding substance abuse. My will is strong and my mind is clear. Now, I'm not a substance abuser at all. However, I like to eat my feelings. So, sometimes when life gets hard, we will reach for something as a distraction. We use people, we use sex, we use other vices, right? Well, with this healing mantra, with this healing throat chakra, it's telling me to please be true to myself, which is the same thing that Let My Light Shine said, right? Think about that. These are all different decks, but they're all giving me the same energy. Be true to myself. Love myself. Love what's going on the inside. Allow myself to be whole. Allow myself to heal. Allow myself to bear the fruit that I desire in my life, right? Allow myself to feel that grief, but also release that grief. Allow myself to birth the new, to welcome in the new, right? And even though I labored, even though there's labor there, there's still healing. There's still love. There's still passion. There's still so many, many wonderful things. So that's going to be it for me today. Thank you for joining me on my channel. Today is the first time I've ever done a message for you guys. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like. Again, these messages are general. They do relate to me personally. However, if they relate to you as well, please take what fits. And if it doesn't, leave the rest. Have a wonderful day. Love and bliss from Eve, the Empath.